Hello and welcome to AfriPlus News Channel, your trusted source for verified, professional African news coverage. If you're new here, please take a moment to subscribe and click the notification bell so you never miss an update on the issues that matter across our continent. Today, we focus on a tragic and deeply concerning report from Burkina Faso, where a major attack on a military base in Djibo has allegedly claimed the lives of over 200 soldiers.
In Burkina Faso, over 200 Burkina Faso soldiers have been ambushed and liquidated by Al-Qaeda affiliates in the Sahel, killing 200 Burkina Faso soldiers. Now look at the timing of this. The president of Burkina Faso, Ibrahim Traoré, visited Russia, and upon coming back, he's seen this happening. They are trying to weaken the resolve of the Burkinabe army. They are trying to weaken the resolve of the Burkina Faso people by doing this. Well, we know the people on the ground. The Western Europeans, particularly France and America, are there on the ground providing intelligence to some of these cells on when to move, the location of soldiers, and so on and so forth. This is why it is extremely difficult for these African soldiers to be able to mount any sustained attack on these terrorists. We are also seeing that as well in Nigeria. These Islamic State groups, as they call them, or whether it's Mujao or Al-Morabitun, most of these groups are getting intelligence from somewhere. They have eyes in the sky, they can see the movement of troops, and who the hell is providing them with this intelligence in Africa? It is definitely not the countries in Africa. It is those on the ground that have the access to this information, those on the ground that have access to aerial intelligence that are providing these terrorists with intelligence to ambush and attack and kill Burkinabe soldiers. Let's not forget that this also happened in Mali last year, or the beginning of this year, when it was alleged that Ukraine provided intelligence to the same groups that went in and slaughtered over 60 Malian troops. And this has been happening consistently on the continent of Africa, particularly in the Sahel. They want to drive out Russia, but they are targeting and killing African soldiers in order to do so. Let's not forget that at the beginning of, I think towards the end of last month, there was an attempt of a military coup in Burkina Faso. And we have seen 19 of this kind of attempts in order to remove Ibrahim Traoré. As we speak today, Ibrahim Traoré is one of the most important leaders in Africa and one of the most important and symbolic leaders in the global south. Why? Because he's not afraid. He took a stance against the West and said, I've had enough. You guys get out of my country, and this is why they want him gone. And in order to do so, they are targeting the soldiers, killing them, liquidating them in order to dampen the morale of other troops on the field by proliferating these arms in the region, particularly the Sahel of Africa. And we in Africa must dig in. We must keep our resolve. We must insist that we are done with imperialism. We are done with the presence of these multinationals acting on behalf of their states, whether it's states in Europe or even the United States. We have had enough. And we in Africa also deserve some dignity and freedom. These guys should not come and dictate to us what to do, who we can be friends with, and how we can act in Africa. Enough is enough. And this is why, like I said, the Europeans and America, and they have said it openly, they want Ibrahim Traoré out. They want him gone. Because to them, he's serving the interest of Russia and China, and they want America. So it's a geopolitical game for them. And for us in Africa, it is about our young men and women losing their lives every day in order for the West to gain advantage on the ground in Africa or to serve their own interest.
Before we proceed, let us clearly state, AfriPlus News Channel does not promote or support violence in any form. We are committed to truth, responsible journalism, and peacebuilding across Africa. Reports emerged that a military base in Djibo, a town in northern Burkina Faso, was the target of a large-scale attack. According to international media coverage and a post by CGTN Africa, the assault allegedly resulted in the deaths of more than 200 Burkinabe soldiers.
Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. Lawan ka japaga. Biiznillah. Blande maɓɓe Inshallah. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. Ka japaga eggifa laaɓe inshallah.
This footage is an evidence that there was an attack on the Burkina Faso's military camp. As you can see, there is attack here, like you can see their vehicles were in one way or the other liquidated, and you can see the motorbikes, but there is no evidence of any dead body or military personnel being killed. So that is why we said that up to now, we keep our fingers crossed until we hear from the Burkina Faso government what really happened or what is going on. As at now, we have not confirmed the news of the 200 soldiers being killed, but for the fact there have been an attack on Burkina Faso's military camp. Keep on watching AfriPlus News Channel. We continue to bring you verified news analysis. Thank you.
Alhamdulillah. Yari, tek. Alhamdulillah. Japaga. Boom. Arbatasi. Gaida jmukwini. Arbatasi de kano gaida. Yalla organ jeen verde. Bismillah. Yalla. Jude na hiras. Inshallah. Japaga ka inshallah dilli. Sous contrôle des mujahideen, Inch'Allah. Odonjia. Avec les villes tout. Lande, nafata ma ibi. Zabar seme battanim nonni. Ay. Ya sida zabar seme. Yamla hanzo mbahati dala. Allahu akbar. Ana la zabar semla. Ayodi. Yalla, jen. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. Allahu Akbar. Alhamdulillah. Lازم بلند زبر سامي. Allahu Akbar. Alhamdulillah. Ayo, minnani. Allahu Akbar. Aya suka ab jokol be namurto joni japga deuxième tour troisième tour yo hannen inshallah hannen le 16 comme de mois yekiti suka ab jokol be aya namurto genni din inshallah ya Allahu Akbar. بإذن الله. ودير يا رب ونجوني كل كسبول. الله أكبر. يا.
This claim was attributed to a terrorist organization operating in the Sahel region. The site intelligence group, which tracks extremist propaganda, reports that a group linked to the Islamic State has taken responsibility for the attack. However, it's important to stress that there is currently no independent verification of these claims.
A West African al-Qaeda affiliate said it killed 200 soldiers in an attack on an army base in Burkina Faso earlier this week. Although there was no official toll or government statement, 3 local residents told Reuters that dozens of soldiers and civilians were killed. J&IM has since blocked road access to the Djibo base. Analysts say J&IM has been ramping up attacks in Burkina Faso. That's despite a military junta that seized power in 2022 with promises of increased security and a fight back against jihadist militants. J&IM claimed multiple attacks in Burkina Faso on May 11 alone, as junta leader Ibrahim Traoré was visiting Russia, where he met with President Vladimir Putin. Allahu Akbar.
As of this broadcast, the Burkina Faso government has not officially confirmed the reported casualty figures or provided details about the attackers. What is confirmed? Djibo, located in the northern Sahel, has been a hotspot for extremist violence in recent years. The town has experienced repeated assaults on military positions and supply routes. Burkina Faso's armed forces have been engaged in active combat operations in the region. We will continue to follow official sources and update you as soon as verified information becomes available. Burkina Faso is at the center of one of the most severe security crises in West Africa, Captain Ibrahim Traoré becoming the head of state. The current government has emphasized a self-reliant security policy, reducing reliance on foreign military support and instead mobilizing national and volunteer defense forces. Yet, challenges remain. Long, exposed borders. The public reaction to this is epic. Some believe that the West and France are sponsoring these terrorist attacks against Burkina Faso and other Sahel nations, allegedly. Others believe that this is a political propaganda to destabilize Burkinabe soldiers. At AfriPlus News Channel, we urge all stakeholders, governments, civil societies, and regional bodies to approach this crisis with a strategic, coordinated, and people-centered approach. We believe it is time for enhanced intelligence sharing across African states, strengthening local communities through education and development, prioritizing peace and dialogue where possible, and most importantly, protecting our soldiers and civilians at all costs. And Captain Ibrahim Traoré is doing well in ensuring all these. Other African countries should do same. Now, we'd like to hear from you, our viewers. Burkina Faso, we know, is the new face of Africa. How can Burkina Faso strengthen its security without external dependency? What steps should African nations take to ensure long-term peace and stability? Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Your voice matters and contributes to the dialogue we need across Africa. That brings us to the end of this special news report. If you found this broadcast insightful, please like, share, and subscribe to AfriPlus News Channel. Follow us on all our platforms for verified updates. And always remember, we bring you Africa, as it is, real, raw, and responsible. Until next time, stay informed, stay united, stay African.